Hi, this is Dawn of Stamp Till Dawn, and today I'm going to share some more Reinker tips. I've kind of obsessed with Reinkers and think they should be in every stamper's toolbox. I am using baby wipes or wet wipes. You can use any kind of wipe that you want. This is like a thinner version, and then this is like the Huggies thicker version over here. The main thing you want to think about when you use your wipes is how they're folded. When you fold them up, you don't want, see how it has like a crease right there? If you were to put your ink over that and get that crease, then you'll get like a line in your image. So I'm just gonna lay a few of these out. And then fold them to the size that I want. So I have a pretty small stamp here, so I don't need a very big surface area. So this would work really well for me. And then what you can do to kind of get an idea of where you want to put your ink is you can take the lightest color that you're using and then ink up your stamp and kind of stamp it on there, and that gives you kind of a clue about where to put the different colors that you want. So I'm using lemonade, pixie, and raspberry today. Got it on my fingers already. So I'm gonna put some lemonade right here in the middle. I'll put a little bit of pixie around it. And then some raspberry on the edges. And I'll make it a little bit bigger than my stamp to make it so that I can move my stamp around a little. And now I've basically created my own little mini rainbow pad. So I can take my stamp and ink it up in here and then stamp it on my paper. And see, I get those nice varied colors that you see. This kind of reminds me of like plumerias or something where they have the yellow in the middle and then it goes out to another color. I'm loving this color combination. It's working out well. And you can even kind of mix it up a little bit, and you're going to start to lose some of the color. So if I'm losing the yellow, I can always go back in and put a little bit more yellow in there. Oh, that looks really pretty. So you can get quite a few images out of just a few drops of Reinkers. And it's super hot right now here in California, but if you were in some place that wasn't really hot, you could potentially put this in a plastic container and close it up, and it might even stay for a little bit longer. So that's one way of using and making kind of a rainbow pad with it. The next thing I like to do, and I didn't rotate these before I put them in here either, I don't think. Oh, maybe I did. I guess I did. That's not a seam. I also like to make what I kind of call a puddle pad. And so I'm just going to put little puddles of ink, and I'm going to use those same colors that I've already been using. And then now I'll do the pixie. And then the raspberry. And given time, it'll spread out even more. But you can see they're already starting to kind of spread out and mix together. And then I'm taking this stamp. By the way, both of these stamps are from Treasured Memories, D1933 Treasured Memories. And this is recording in July of 2020, and it's in the current Close to My Heart catalog. And I love this stamp set because I've got a couple flowers I can try this technique with, and I've also got this nice little paint splotch or water color splotch. And what's nice about this stamp is see how it has the uneven edges. It makes it so that you can layer it really well. So I'm going to ink up my stamp here and then stamp it on my paper. And you get this nice little background, and I can just keep doing it and keep layering it on it. And I've got some white areas because I've got some white areas in here, so I can even kind of twist it and turn it and just keep layering it. Okay, and you can leave this like this and use it as a background, or you can even, and I intended to do a color, but I didn't bring raspberry over with me, so I'm gonna have to use black. I'm gonna take this fish and stamp it on top of it. So I'm gonna ink up my fish. And then stamp it on top. That looks kind of cool. I had intended to use the darker, the raspberry, so I thought that would look nice too. So you can see the possibilities are endless. You can do whatever color combinations that you have. Here's some other flowers I did previously with some different colors. And I apologize, I'm trying to pull out some samples here real quick. I thought I had them sitting here. There's another background I've done. And so here's some samples of what you can do with it. There's one there where I turned it into a card. There's another color background. Even this would be a nice little card. You could stamp a saying right there and maybe even put like a tree or flowers right here. Here's what I did with some flowers from another one. So there are a few ideas that you can do with creating your own rainbow pads. I hope that you'll experiment with it and then share your samples with me so I can see what you came up with.